last time you saw a sight so beautiful that it inspired you? It filled your heart with peace and left a smile on your face. In the early 1800s, an English poet, William Wordsworth, saw something so spectacular and spellbinding that he preserved it forever in a poem called Daffodils. So I'm sure you're all wondering, what did the poet see? What is this poem about and what is its meaning? I first came across this poem when I was in grade 8 during a poetry class, and of course at that time, for me it was just another poem. It was only a few days ago that I came across it once again, and now being older and I hope wiser, I could truly appreciate it for what it is. Written in 4 stanzas, this poem is about a day in April 1802 when Wordsworth, the poet, went for a walk in Grasmere, a lake district in Cumbria, England. Upon reaching a lake, he came across rows and rows of daffodils lining the shore, and they were swaying in the wind as if celebrating and asking him to join him as well. They were bright and they were yellow, and being among them, he didn't feel so lonely anymore. The first lines of the poem is, I walked lonely as a cloud, but now being among those daffodils, he didn't feel lonely. So he was so impressed, and those daffodils left such a deep impression on his mind that much after that afternoon, he could still remember them, and he could still find solace in remembering them, and their memory comforted him. So, to say that this poem is just about some flowers would be unjust, because I think it means so much more. Firstly, this poem is about nature's relationship with man. If it wasn't for Mother Nature, just imagine how dark, dull, and depressing our life would be. It was nature that spread those daffodil seeds along the shore of the lake to add some splash of color to the gloomy and grey landscape. Next, this poem is about the memories from our past. I'm sure we all have some personal memories that we keep remembering from time to time, and these are preserved in our permanent memory, just like a pressed flower within the pages of a book. So it's so important for us to cherish those memories, and that is what this poem is trying to say. And lastly, I think the message, another message, which is the most important message of this poem, is the fact that we need to find happiness. Finding happiness in the smallest of things. And happiness is something that cannot be bought. It is sought. In this fast-paced world, we are constantly chasing. We are chasing after deadlines, we are chasing after promotions, we are chasing people. Are we going to let our life pass us by and not stop to appreciate the simple pleasures that the life provides us? For Wordsworth, it was watching those daffodils on that sunny afternoon. For someone else, it could be watching a sunset. Or it could, for most of us, be a special moment that we shared with a loved one that we keep remembering from time to time. And it gives us peace, and whenever we remember it, we find some happiness in remembering it. So this is basically the message of the poem. And to sum up the essence of this poem, I would like to say that don't take nature for granted. That's something that as the humanity we constantly do, because nature is art in its greatest form. Secondly, why don't we cherish memories more often? In this fast-paced world, we need to cherish our memories and make sure that when we look back when we are old and when we look back at our life, we see rows and rows of daffodils, our very own daffodils, if you get my drift. And lastly, let's not wait for happiness to come to us. Let's go out there and find happiness. Wouldn't that be better? Wouldn't it be great if we don't have just one, but an entire bouquet of such memories to look back on? And in fact, why not make each moment that we live more beautiful and more perfect than the last? so that when we look back, we don't have any regrets, we don't have any sorrows, we only have daffodils. In conclusion, I would like to leave you all with a quote from William Wordsworth, and it's very apt. In that quote, he said that life is divided into three terms: that which was, which is, and which will be. So let us learn from the past to profit by the present, and from the present to live better in the future. Over to you, Ms. Malcolm.